Hi, my name is Sterling Tucker, and I'm the owner of God's Kratom Kingdom. And I just wanted to tell you a few things because there's a lot of new customers that everybody should know about our corporation. So, we are the literal global record holders for the strongest kratom ever measured in an HPLC. It's called ISO 17025 certified AL2A accredited pharmaceutical testing facility. And what those credits mean is that the testing facility and the testing processes are managed and overseen by a third party company that's registered with the government for making sure that the testing procedures are perfect and accurate. So that's how we test our kratom. HPLC stands for high performance liquid chromatography. It's a type of imaging. And our kratom has an average of 4 times more 7-hydroxymitragynine, 7-OH, than the market average. And it has up to, and this is our global record holder batch, 20 times the market average. And that's the HPLC testing. That's why it's done from a pharmaceutical testing facility, because those are infinitely accurate. And the reason our kratom is so much more potent is because it's dried indoors. So once the leaf dehydrates, just like sunlight will deteriorate the seat of a car or anything like that, it does the same thing, especially more so with sensitive plant alkaloids. So once it's dehydrated and the sunlight's on it, it will break it down really fast, and it significantly lowers the amount of alkaloid, which is mitragynine. And this is not lab advice or anything like that. I mean, doctor advice. This is directly from the National Institutes of Health and Journal of Medicine. It's a physiological fact. Kratom has 2 primary analgesic, which means pain-blocking alkaloids, mitragynine and 7-hydroxymitragynine. Mitragynine, based on, it's called a PD2 scale, and the way that they measure that is with what's called a hot plate tail flake test. So they'll put a nerve on a plate, and they'll turn up the heat, and they'll see how long it goes before it flicks. And the stronger the analgesic, the longer it can go without flicking. So anyway, using that measurement, and this is all from, this is like the cutting edge of medical science, but not medical advice. Our kratom is memorabilia, not for consumption, for religious purposes to prevent the opioid overdose epidemic. What's absurd about that, and sorry I'm getting a little sidetracked, is when I started this kratom operation 4 years ago, opioid overdose was killing 47,000 Americans a year. Now it is killing 68,000 Americans a year. That's an extra 21,000 human bodies dead per year. And there's zero question that kratom has saved my life. I was in the emergency room twice from an extremely near opioid overdose. I have scoliosis, and so I've been prescribed Oxycontin throughout my life. And kratom has completely saved me. Anyway, okay, so what I was saying about the testing facility is, and the alkaloids, is that mitragynine is roughly 50% the strength of morphine, but it does not cause, to a significant level, respiratory depression. So, this is a known fact because lots of attorneys and doctors and everything got involved on this. Kratom has never caused, been the direct cause of a single human death. Tylenol kills 150 people a year. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatories like Aleve or ibuprofen, those kill over 16,500 Americans per year. 16,000. That's a lot. That's a huge number, and it's over the counter. Anyway, so I'm saying kratom is an absolute godsend in preventing that statistic. So its alkaloid called mitragynine is roughly 50% the strength of morphine, and the alkaloid called 7-hydroxymitragynine, and you could go on my website and you get it's directly linked to the National Institutes of Health and Journal of Medicine. That's nih.gov, and it's 17 times stronger than morphine, but it does not cause respiratory depression to a significant level. And again, none of this is medical advice. I'm quoting and just spreading life-saving information from the National Institutes of Health and Journal of Medicine to prevent the astronomically growing opioid overdose epidemic. Yeah, because I'm totally pro-prescription. completely. What's causing the majority of these opioid overdose deaths is that people can't get a prescription and they're buying it on the street, and it's come with fentanyl and done incorrectly, and boom, overdose. In fact, it happened to I'm from a family of 10, and my sister that I'm closer to than any of my other family, her husband, this was just a couple years ago, her husband's brother and their absolute best friends died from an opioid overdose. And anyway, that's how common it is. It's like literally in my family, it almost happened to me. So this information is absolutely life-saving for massive amounts of Americans. And like I said, though, I'm pro prescription. Long term, I'm going to try to make it so that all prescriptions, like OxyContin or anything like that that a person needs, can be purchased over the counter from a pharmacist. So there's still a pharmacist, it's still a prescription, but when people need it, they can go get it, because the cause of so many opioid overdose deaths is that they can't get it, they can't get the prescription, and they'll go buy whatever they can find, and then they die from it. And anyway, so that's why I'm spreading this information. And I'm sorry this was so long-winded. I wanted to just tell you a few short things. This is how I do everything. It's ridiculous how much I talk. It's because I've got a saying: Kratom is more than my profession, it's my obsession. It absolutely is. Like, understanding the molecular pharmacology of the alkaloids is that's like a kid in a candy store. And unfortunately, we're so blessed as Americans to have NIH.gov, which is the National Institutes of Health and Journal of Medicine. And the content on there is what's called peer-reviewed. It's not like this person said this and they could be wrong. No, peer-reviewed, it's screened by multiple people, like massive amounts. And so anyway, it's the cutting edge of the evolution of biomolecular improvement. Okay, so anyway, what I wanted to tell you, which was short, is that we guarantee the best in every single way. Like, we don't just have the best kratom. We guarantee the best service. We guarantee even the best price. And the reason I do that is because people should not have to choose between a good product, especially with something like kratom that saves lives, a good product and the price that they can afford. So anyway, we will beat, not match, we will beat any competitor's price by 1%, always. And we do that because I've been poor massive amounts of times, and it is not fair for a human to not be able to afford something as, life-saving. And anyway, so that's what we do with our business. We also are, as far as I know, we're actually the only kratom manufacturer that has a 100% satisfaction, money-back guarantee, or free replacement. So, and it's absolutely astounding. Like, I've offered that from the moment my kratom operation started 4 or 5 years ago. And I've had less people do that than I could count on a hand. No exaggeration. And the people that did it, for certain, they were doing it to get more free kratom. And I'll even write them. I'll be like, hey, if you can't afford your kratom, just let us know, and we'll give you some for free if you can't afford it. I do that for so many people. And I love doing that. Like, there's nothing more rewarding as a human being than saving a life and making the difference in someone's life from being sad and unhealthy and in a bad place to the opposite. Yeah, so anyway, those are the things that separate us from everyone else. We absolutely scientifically documented, unquestionably, have literally the world's strongest, the world's freshest, the world's best kratom. We also guarantee the best service, the best price, and we have free same-day shipping. And I'm sorry, in the past, sometimes, as my corporation was going, I would sell so much sometimes. In fact, one day I had Google advertising going, and my sales went up to over $10,000 a day immediately. And so anyway, so I've had supply issues in the past, and it's been taken as it comes through customs. And our kratom is shipped over as for religious purposes, not for human consumption. And that's exactly what it is for. It's an absolute fact. It's written on every bottle. And anyway, so we've got all those things permanently bypassed. And so please let us know if you need anything. You can text us anytime, 24/7, 365. If it's at 2, 3 a.m., you might not get a reply till 7 a.m. But anyway, we're always here to serve you the best and make your life the best with the world's best kratom. Thank you.